trying to, amalgamate myself into my new environment, which is beautiful. I'm enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoying life, enjoying my family. But I want to talk about something, family. I want to talk about something that's on my brain and something that I really had to come to grips with. A lot of the topics that I talk about, I know a lot of y'all understand what I'm saying. You know, it's not easy being Black American, and having your country being overran by foreigners. And then when you say things, people try to categorize you as being xenophobic or having some kind of fear of foreigners. But we're not like that. Black Americans are actually very embracive people. But when enough is enough, I think that we've just had an onslaught of foreigners coming into our country, and they're very disrespectful. They're not even respecting the native people of the land. I think of myself. If I went to a foreign country, the first thing, the main priority for me as a foreigner going to another person's country is to respect the native people. You understand what I'm saying? That's priority number one. But it just feels like people come here and their main priority is to disrespect us. It's very strange, family. It's very strange. I don't get it. If I go to your country, I'm going to respect the natives. I'm going to respect the laws, rules, customs, practices, and ideas. I'm going to treat the native people with respect. You understand? When Black Americans go overseas, we show the utmost respect to foreigners in their countries. But it just feels like we don't get that same respect when people come here. It's like they toot their nose up at us and automatically try to assimilate with YT against us. And it's almost automatic. But I want to talk about something today, family. The topic of this discussion. Do foreigners weaponize playing dumb? You heard what I said, family. Do foreigners weaponize playing dumb? You know what, family? I'm gonna keep it 125% funky with you, dude. Hell yeah. Yes, they do. I think about the period where many of you used to hear from the Latinos. When you used to talk to them, they used to play like they didn't know English. That was a big thing for them. A long period in time where, if you would talk to Latinos and you'll be in hot situations where you might be at a supermarket and you exchanging money or you doing a real situation and you need communication. And this person is acting like they don't know English. That's what I'm talking about, family. The weaponization of playing dumb. See, when you weaponize something, you use it to your advantage. And I feel like a lot of foreigners, they come over here and the first thing they do is weaponize playing stupid. So what they'll do is they'll either act like they don't know the language or they'll act like they don't know nothing. Y'all ever been in a situation where you talking to a foreigner and they act like they don't know nothing? Like you ask them where they from, I don't know. Where you going? I don't know. What are you doing? I don't know. Like I feel like that's something that we hear from foreigners a lot. I don't know. And it makes you pose the question, well, what the hell do you know? You dig? Because every time I talk to these people, they telling me what they don't know. Even when you're in spaces, family, even when you're in spaces, they come up and you ask them questions. Now they're in the space. You would think that they want to join the space so they can have this conversation. But the first thing you ask them is, where you from? They don't want to answer. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, well, what do you do? Oh, I don't want to talk about that neither. I just want to ask you, what's FBA? They ask a question with a question. Weaponizing playing dumb, family. Understand that this weaponization of playing dumb that a lot of these foreigners do is a mechanism. It's a tool that they use back in their foreign countries. to scam the shit out of people, family. To scam people. When a scammer, see, you have to understand what a scammer does. A scammer, they need to play dumb to lure you in. You understand what I'm saying, family? So they act docile. They act slow. So you say, oh man, this motherfucker's slow. Like, all right, so cool. Let me see what this dude about. But once they feel like they got you, then they start the scamming process. And a lot of that playing dumb, believe it or not, family, is a tool that they weaponize in their country to scam people, that they come over here and they play docile so they could freak the system, so they could weaponize the system. Understand, I'm going to take it deeper with y'all. A lot of y'all don't know this. I'm in New York. So a lot of the foreigners will come over here and they'll so because people don't understand that these people are weaponizing playing dumb, because they have the language barrier, they use the language barrier as a mechanism to play dumb to get SSI. Oh yeah, Cotton Club is going. Yeah, I'm going to drop it tonight, family. I'm going to repeat this. Peep this. This is what they do. They come over here, and because they know there's a language barrier where you may not understand them and stuff like that, so they go to the system. They may go to HRA or wherever, and they weaponize playing dumb, but with the language barrier. So they'll act like they're slow. So you're a person, for an example, say you're a person and a foreigner comes in and they come in and they're acting all slow and lethargic and, acting all dumb and all that. So you doing paperwork with them and you asking them questions. Now, really, their problem is a language barrier. They don't really know the language. But what they'll do is they'll utilize that fact and play dumb. So you start thinking they really got a mental problem. This ain't even a language problem. So they'll start like, I don't know. So where you from? Oh, I came from, I don't know, I came. So who are you with? Oh, with? Oh, I don't know, with. So what do you do? Oh, do? I don't know, do. Like they just play dumb. You dig what I'm saying? So what you do is you check off on a list. This dude got mental illness, not a language barrier. So when you got mental illness, what do you qualify for? SSI. Peep this, family. The weaponization of playing dumb. This is the scam that a lot of these people do. Understand these people. Understand them well. Once you understand their moves, they can't play chess with you. They playing checkers, bruh. You done seen they move right before they done it. So when I'm talking to these people, I understand it. When they're commenting on my comments and saying little slick stuff, I can tell when they're trying to weaponize being dumb. They'll say things like, "What's a Black American?" "Oh, what's your heritage?" Or, "Oh, America is a continent. It's I'm Haitian. I'm Haitian, but I'm really American. We're the same." These little tactics that they use. They're playing stupid. What's FBA? Oh, what's a foundational Black American? You're an African American. Playing dumb, family. And then what we do is we go on the defense. So what do you do when a person is playing dumb? Normally, you try to figure out how to get through to them. Either you lower your consciousness to meet them where they are, or you try to educate them. But it's all a game. It's all a game, family. They know what the hell a FBA is. They know that we don't like the term African American. Peep this, family, what they'll do. Weaponization of playing dumb. They'll say things to you to lower your guard, but use the term African American because they know we don't accept the term. So they'll say this: "I love African American culture because African American culture is the most influential culture on the planet. I learned so much from African American culture." Peep that, family. Peep that, because that's called face value, where they're giving you a backhanded compliment by saying they love your culture, but giving you a epithet. Because at this point in time, if you calling me an African American, that's a goddamn racial, that's an epithet. That's an epithet. We don't accept that term. Simon says, "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about foreigners weaponizing playing dumb." That's what I'm talking about, family. For those who just came into the room, the conversation is about foreigners weaponizing playing dumb. You understand? At this point, if you calling me an African American, that's a slur. That's a sign of disrespect. So peep this, family, how they'll give you a compliment, but insult you at the same time. They'll say things like African American culture is the most dominant culture. African American culture is the most beautiful culture on the planet. And you saying to yourself, every time they say that, you got to go into the comments and say, hey, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but it's Black American, not African American. And they'll play dumb. Oh, I'm sorry. The weaponization of playing dumb. Peep this stuff, family. How they weaponize playing stupid. Understand that this is a tactic of a sociopath. Understand that, family. A sociopath uses playing dumb as an advantage to trick you and to get you into a position where you are vulnerable. Y'all ain't hearing me, family. If you think I'm bullshitting, watch the next scary movie you watch. Don't matter the movie you watch. And the person who's the perpetrator, who's doing all the crimes, peep them, family. They smart on the low, but when they have interactions with their potential victims, they normally play stupid to lower their victim's guard and to have their victims thinking that they're, no threat. When people are a threat, the greatest asset they have is making you believe they're not one. So when foreigners come over here and they begin to ostracize Black American people while indulging in the culture, and when you say, hold on, how can you love the culture and not the people? They play dumb. Huh? What? Listen, I was watching a TikTok with a girl, and she said something very interesting. She said she wished she never went to a Juneteenth parade in Brooklyn. Because when she got there, her and her homegirl were hype because it's Juneteenth. For FBAs, that's an exciting day. But when she got to Brooklyn, all the Caribbeans were out there celebrating Juneteenth. They had all their flags and all of that shit. And the girl said her homegirl went out there and she was like saying happy Juneteenth to everybody and being hype. And all the Caribbeans were looking at her like, what you all hype about? You understand? Peep that. Because this is supposed to be a Juneteenth event. If somebody is saying happy Juneteenth, you say happy Juneteenth back. The girl said all of the Caribbeans were giving her snotty looks and being disrespectful. I understand the mind of that, family. Now, if she would have said something to them, they would have played dumb. If she would have said like, yo, why are you here if you don't really want to celebrate Juneteenth? Like, why all the nasty attitudes? They would have played dumb. Like, what? This is what they do, family, when you're dealing with them foreigners. Everyone knows in this room, if you met a foreigner, the first thing they do is act stupid. They act dumb. Like they don't understand nothing you talking about. I don't know. You talking to a Latino, you telling him, yo, listen, family, I don't like the way, when I went into the store and I was making my transaction and I turned around and you was on my back and I had to tell you, yo, man, back up a little bit, man. Like I could feel you breathing on my neck, fam. You dig? And the first thing he gonna do is act stupid. Like, huh? What? Like, dude, they don't teach you space where you come from. In your country, they don't teach you space. And it's almost like you have to treat these people like children. You understand? You have to basically treat them like children and teach them how to act. It's the weirdest. But it hit me that it's not that, family. It's that they're weaponizing playing dumb. That's the point. It's to get you to think that they're slow so you can lower your guard and they can scam your ass. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about, family. So when you get into an interaction with a foreigner and you say, where you from? And the foreigner doesn't want to tell you where they from, or they lying and you know they not where they from, the first thing they do is say, okay, you know, you say, where you from? And they go, I don't know. You're like, man, nigga, I could tell you from the Caribbean. Yeah, yeah, but what's a FBA? What? So now the topic is about you being on a defense trying to break down what a foundational Black American is to them, and they know what a foundational Black American is. This is what I'm talking about, family. This is what they do. Play stupid. Play you. Scam you. Take from you. Get what you got. Take your resources. And you hear what they say. If it don't work out for me here, I can go back to my country. That's what they all say at the end of the day. Right? You dig? You feel me? Simon says, how did they scam you? How did they scam me, or how did they scam you? Because at the end of the day, if you from New York, you've got scammed by a foreigner. I can tell Simon is not from New York. Every time you go into a damn store in New York, you get scammed. Okay? The Arabs run all the delis in here. You get scammed, dude. All right? You don't come to a Black American space and ask a Black American, how do you get scammed? I'm in a country where you foreigners come over here and all you do is scam, fool. You people come over here and the first thing you do is bring that black tax mentality. You black tax us. All of you do it. The Arabs do it. The Africans do it. The Mexicans do it. The Latinos do it. The Dominicans do it. The Puerto Ricans do it. You walk in any one of these people's store I just mentioned, and the first thing on site they do is look at your black behind and create a price just for you. Just for you. They just make up a price right on the spot just for your ass. And you know it, and you feel took. You feel robbed. You looking at this juice like, man, I know this shit ain't $5, but why is this dude talking about his $5? Nigga, this is a Tropicana. Bruh. This ain't $5. But you have to understand one thing, that black tax thing, that's what they do in their country. They overprice black people, Black Americans. So when they come here with that same mentality. It's to overprice you. It's to rob you. It's to grape you. It's to take everything you got. You understand? They don't look at us. They don't look at us as nothing but a meal ticket and an opportunity to take and scam, bruh. So to Simon, who's probably a tether, you ask a foundational Black American, how do foreigners scam you? You's a fool, and you're probably a foreigner yourself. That's why you talking like that. You understand? Because you probably didn't scam a few Black Americans in your day. You did. You can't even get an honest price from a foreigner out here. You understand? You can't get an honest price. It's almost like you look at something and you know the price because you only been living out in this city your whole damn life, and you know the price of something, and you look at it and you say, man, I know this bottle of water is about $2.50, maybe about $2.50, and these dudes will tell you that's $5. Come on, man, stop it. Because y'all don't black tax the YT people. Y'all don't do that. They don't black tax the white people, the YT people. They don't do that. They don't do that shit. They don't do that. They don't do that, family. And I'll tell you why. You know why foreigners don't black tax the YT people? You know why? Because YT people complain. Yeah, I said it. See, we'll walk out of a store and feel took. We may or may not buy that item, family. We may or may not buy that item. Depending on our day, we probably got somewhere to go. We'll still buy that item. We'll go into a store, a foreigner will give us a price for something, and we'll know it's a damn lie. We'll know that that's not the actual price, but we'll still buy it because we in a rush. We got some shit to do, and we ain't really got time for all the BS. You understand? We ain't got time. So we'll just buy the shit for $5, like whatever. A YT person ain't gonna do that. You know what a YT person gonna do? Same scenario. YT walk into a store, they grab a water, the foreigner look at him. He ain't gonna give him the black tax. You know, he gonna tell him the right price. And if he don't tell him the right price, you know what that YT person gonna say? Man, come on, man. What the hell are you talking about? This is $5, man. What are you trying to grape me, man? And you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna say, okay, $2.50. They cater to YT, bro. They cater to YT. They look at me and you as an opportunity to scam. So when I talk about these foreigners, family, weaponizing playing dumb, that's the tool and the tactic they use to get you, to grape you, to take everything you got. And all they want is this, because that's all they know. They're in a survival state. When they come to America, the Black American is in a relaxed state. Our ancestors built a first world country. We are relaxed and chill. That's why they think we lazy. That's why they say, oh, they lazy. Because we're not in survival mode. We're not in survival mode. Our ancestors already built a first world country. You understand? We don't need to run around scraping and scraggling for scraps. We don't have to do that. So when foreigners come over here and they're in survival mode, they look at us and they're like, yo, man, they chilling. Why are they so comfortable? Those lazy Yankees. Why they got to work one job and I got to work 3 and live with 8 other people? And they just live with him and his wife and he works and she stay home. Jealousy. Jealousy, family. So I want y'all to understand, family, that is nothing worse than a person who plays dumb to get you to drop your guard so they can scam your ass. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about. Are there any foreigners in the room? Can anybody come and correct me? And do I stand to be corrected? Do many of you, is Cotton Club wrong? Because I know there's some foreigners in the room and you're watching me. You're in my comments. You're trying to see what I'm trying to say. Many of you think that I'm picking on you. Many of you think I don't like you. Many of you think that I'm just some Negro getting online for clout. I challenge you to step up, let yourself be known, and ask a question. And I'll ask you a question. The question I have for the foreigners: am I lying? Because if I'm lying, you gotta say what I'm lying about. If you dudes don't make up prices, then I'm lying. But I know I got FBAs in here who could vouch and say that shit happened to them too, okay? So I can't be the only one that this has happened to. If you FBA right now, it ain't a lot of people in here. If you FBA in this room right now, and a foreigner done black tax your ass, and you knew it, put a heart in the chat, please. I like to know. I need to know I ain't the only one that this shit done happened to. If you FBA and you went to a store and you felt like they done made up a price for your ass, and you know they made up a price for your ass, you just walked away feeling like, yo, that shit don't even feel right. Like, I know that wasn't that much. The motherfucker just told me this was $20 and I know this is a $5 shirt. You dig? This not even a real shirt. Like, I was just trying to just put this on to go play ball. And this motherfucker charged me $25 for this shit. That's happened to everybody. That's happened to every Black American probably in America. Thank you. Cheryl Price said they tried, but they got cussed the hell out. You better believe it. That sounds like my wife. My wife don't play that shit. She always in the store cussing out somebody. She don't give a damn who they is. Every time we in the store, my wife cussing out the Arabs, cussing out the Africans, cussing out the Dominicans. If she feel like they just tried to rob her and she feel like they made up a price, my wife don't play. She be like, yo, I'm not leaving the store until you give me the right price. All right? Because I know this ain't the right price. And I'm going to keep it funky with you. They change prices with her. Because she don't play. She don't leave until they do. We go in the store and they done made up a whole damn price. My wife don't leave until that price come down. Stop playing with us. Straight up. Mr. Will said, sounds like my wife too. You got an FBA wife then. Straight up. You dig? Ain't no queen like let me tell you something. There ain't no queen like a FBA queen. Because they'll give you the love you need to keep you strong and to keep you thriving. But they'll check your ass when you need to be checked. And they'll check whoever else who need to be checked too. You understand? There's plenty of that. A lot of dudes are scared of that. But as an FBA man, you learn to appreciate that because Black American women have multiple conscious levels. They see things. Things come into fruition through the eyes of an FBA woman. You understand? They see things that we don't see as men. They could tell us some shit a week or two ahead before it fucking happened. And we'd be like, oh, I don't want to hear it. But then the shit happened and you'd be like, yo, you said that. Yo, you said that would happen. That's FBA women. You understand? They're wired in ways other women are not. You understand? And this is the reason why a lot of dudes are scared of FBA women. Because they can't fuck with them. I mean, watch my language, but I just got to keep it funky. I got to keep it real. They just not on their level. They can't deal with them because FBA women are too thorough. They don't play checkers. They play chess, if you understand what I'm saying. You dig? Mr. Will said, my wife with the smoke. My wife, 125. My wife the same way. And my sisters are that way. And my mom is that way. And my aunties is that way. My grandmother was that way. You dig? It's just, I don't know, man. I just grew up around some real foundational, Black, beautiful American women, man, who really made me the man I am today because they taught me how to respect myself and don't let nobody punk me. Don't let nobody try to shut me down. You know what I'm saying? You are your greatest defense mechanism. You are your greatest defender. Don't let nobody do you no type of way. I learned that from my sisters, from my mom, my grandma. You just can't say anything to an FBA woman. They're going to check your ass. That's one thing for sure. They're going to check your ass. And you learn to appreciate it. You learn to love it. So there it is, family. I'm all stuffed up. I got this AC going crazy. You dig? We just moved into this beautiful, beautiful apartment. I got to get my studio together. So right now, my studio is, I got to rearrange it, just do a whole lot of renovating in that room over there. I want to really start building that studio in there so I can have my shit set up real good. That's going to take me a few weeks. So until then, I'm going to just do these lives just like this, up close and personal. You dig? And they can cook. Mr. Will said, and they can cook. You dig? Straight up, man. Straight up. And they can cook, and they take care of the kids. They take care of the family. You dig? They really that oak tree. They really that oak tree that take care of the family. That's not like just a metaphor. It's real. You dig?
King. Look. Let your angel sing. I ain't twisted, this ain't the Henny talking for me. This is literally Malcolm Little talking through me. I ain't possessed, this is just when spirit meets the flesh. And a revolutionary is born, nothing less. It's hard for me to cope with stress, especially when I see the world much different from the rest. I can't sleep, nightmares, waking up, cold sweat, wondering if I ever made it, will they do me like the rest? It's for my Black souls who really too upset to rest, so they wander through my dreams. Please tell me what this means.